Hello, welcome to our latest edition of Top 10 Tuesdays. This week we have the second part of our Civil War countdown with the top 10 Captain America storylines, taken from its entire history. So sit back, relax, listen to my slightly dodgy commentary, and enjoy. But yeah, number 10. Operation Rebirth. In the 90s, Cap had a relatively rough time when it came to storylines, but when writer Mark Waid and artist Ron Garney took over, they made the character relevant again, with some surreal storylines, including a Nazi cult looking to resurrect Hitler. They also re-emphasized the Red Skull as the pure master of evil in the Marvel Universe. It's not officially charged as some of the other stories on this list, but Operation Rebirth does prove to be an extremely fun read, with some ludicrous moments sprinkled throughout. Number 9. Under Siege. Although technically not a Captain America story, Under Siege has a simple premise. Baron Zemo and the Masters of Evil storm the Avengers Mansion in order to surprise and systematically take out the super team. The sheer brutality that Zemo employed was so jarring, though, that it sticks with us. Roger Stern has always had the ability to take a simple plot and fill it with enough emotion to turn any story into a classic, and Under Siege is no different. The lone panel of Cap cradling and demolish mementos from his past life is still one of the most heartbreaking moments in Marvel's history. Number 8. Winter Soldier. In 2005, Ed Brubaker began writing Captain America and quickly turned it into the best book at Marvel during that time, with his first major storyline, Winter Soldier. By boiling the character down and getting back to the roots of what made him work in the first place, Brubaker created a globe-trotting epic that was carefully plotted, with fantastic art from Mike Perkins, Steve Epting, and Michael Lark. Although it seems convoluted, Brubaker's inventive plotting made the whole story work without hitch. Number 7. Ultimates, Volume 1. In 2000, Marvel Comics created the Ultimate Universe, a concept that updated the company's most popular characters for the new millennium. This version of Cap was far more aggressive than the classic 60s interpretation. The perfect soldier who would serve his country no matter what the price. He quickly shed the Boy Scout image that had previously plagued the character. It was everything a modern audiences wanted from their heroes in a world that was increasingly painted with shades of grey. Number 6. War and Remembrance. Woefully brief yet absolutely brilliant, War and Remembrance managed to elevate some of Captain America's goofier villains into real threats by providing more than just some thin, mustache-twirling motivations. In an era where big business was running unregulated and actors were masquerading as politicians, this issue served as succinct commentary for the state of the country at the time. It's the perfect blend of intelligence and fantasy that makes the comic book medium one of the most unique artistic platforms around. Number 5. Man Out of Time. In Man Out of Time, Wade revisits Cap's early days of the Avengers after he was thawed out of a block of ice in the Arctic. He spends most of the story trying to acclimate himself to a world that has moved on without him and views him simply as a relic from the past. These issues have been dealt with before in passing, but Wade really deconstructs the man behind the mask and explores the isolation that Cap first felt when he was brought back to life, thanks to the Avengers. Man Out of Time is a perfect example for why comics don't need to be wall-to-wall action in order to be entertaining. Number 4. Civil War. The heroes are split in Civil War over the proposal of the Superhuman Registration Act, a bill that will force all heroes to disclose their identities to the government and become agents of the United States. This was too much freedom for Cat to give up, so he breaks away from the pro-registration heroes and creates a renegade squad focused on stopping the passage of the law. Civil War was socially relevant and hard-hitting, as Miller questioned the morality of working outside of the law, and also how much power the government should really have. With some jaw-dropping fight scenes by Steve McNiven, this was a comic book event done right. Number 3. The Death of Captain America. Death is nothing new in comic books, and often doesn't last long. But what fans didn't anticipate in 2007 was that the storyline would be nearly flawless. Brubaker removed Captain America from his own book and somehow made an already extraordinary comic even better, by having his long-term partner Bucky Barnes become the new Cap. This is widescreen comic book storytelling at its finest, and even though the characters' deaths tend to be a bit gimmicky in comics, the Death of Captain America is a landmark story in this genre. Number 2. Captain America Comics number 1. This is the issue that started it all. Created by Jack Kirby and Joe Simon in 1941, Captain America was a direct response to DC Comics' success with superheroes during the previous decade. The inside of the comic is broken up into multiple stories, but the most famous one is Meet Captain America, showcasing how a scrawny army reject named Steve Rogers gets transformed into a patriotic behemoth. Combining real-world problems with comic fantasy, Captain America number 1 created such a perfect image of the character that hasn't been needed for many changes over the years. Number 1. Captain America No More. Despite Cap's recent success under writers such as Ed Brubaker and Mark Miller, Mark Gruenwald still holds the distinction of being the best talent to ever work on the character. His Captain America stories provided the comic book action that all fans crave, but they also contained a healthy amount of social commentary to elevate the book into something more. Gruenwald's magnum opus on the character was the sprawling epic Captain America No More, which spanned an then unheard of 18 issues. But having Steve Rogers stand up to the government in order to preserve his own beliefs, Gruenwald broke the mould of many other writers on the character. Okay, so that was our top 10 countdown for the best, or what we consider to be the best Captain America storylines. Some great ones in there, and I really am looking forward to Captain America Civil War coming out. Going to see it on Saturday. Critics are loving it, rating it the best superhero movie of all time. So, can't wait for that. That's it from us for today, but we will be back later in the week on Thursday for our new video, which is going to be Thrones Thursdays, as Game of Thrones has officially now started for the new season. So yeah, check that out on Thursday. Until then, please like and share, leave your comments below, let us know what you think, if you think there's a storyline that I've missed, or if you completely disagree with the countdown, then let me know. It's great to hear from you. So take care, sit back and relax and just, keep on hashtagging.